Having already proven its technical prowess with God of War Chains of Olympus, developer Ready at Dawn embarks on another journey through Greek mythology. God of War Ghost of Sparta embraces the series' trademark elements: gratuitous violence, huge boss battles, free-flowing combat, and a disregard for the lives of mythological creatures. It will certainly satisfy your appetite for bloodlust, but is it really worthy of the God of War name?
This is all that awaits you at the end of your journey.
Not before I find Deimos.
Brother does not have much time.
Taking place between the events of God of War 1 and 2, Ghost of Sparta has its work cut out for it when it comes to expanding on the series' overall plot. The game starts out with Kratos sitting atop his throne as the new God of War after defeating Ares. Though continually plagued by nightmares, it isn't the memories of his deceased wife and child that torment him. It's the loss of his younger brother Deimos, for whose demise Kratos blames himself. Out to make things right, he seeks guidance from Athena and finds himself murdering practically anything that moves. It's a pretty cool story that speaks vividly of the details surrounding Kratos' past, complemented by a series of videos illustrating some of his most painful memories. It'll definitely feel familiar if you spend some time with the unfriendly ghost. Things move at a brisk pace, tantalizing you with twists and turns throughout the adventure, and you'll ultimately be hard-pressed to put it down. Ghost of Sparta resembles a one-way street of merciless destruction with Kratos' yo-yo-like blades at the helm. Whether you're fighting hordes of blade fodder or a screen-filling boss, the setup is the same: kill everything and move on. Simplicity aside, things never get old, especially with such a large variety of enemies to encounter and grand locations to explore. You'll be rushing through a volcano littered with instant death traps one minute, and fighting for your life through the sunken depths of Atlantis the next. The level design follows a linear pathway that leaves little to explore. Other than the occasional hidden treasure, progress involves basic platforming elements, climbing ropes, shimmying along massive structures, swimming in underground tunnels, or just plain jumping. Unlike God of War 3, Ghost of Sparta's heavy emphasis on action neglects the brain teasers, offering only a handful of rudimentary puzzles. Chances are, you won't miss them. As with previous entries, your reward for finishing the 8 to 10 hour journey nets you a few extras. Quickly jump into any of the 24 challenge rooms, and you'll be treated to unique objectives that further test your combat skills, forcing you to think outside of the box. At times, survival can be downright brutal, but the trial and error is half the fun. Spending your hard-earned red orbs at the Temple of Zeus allows you to purchase game-altering costumes, which can significantly change the character for a second playthrough. Ghost of Sparta isn't doing anything revolutionary, though it does offer just about everything we've come to expect from a God of War game. Unique enemies, interesting level design, and more action than you can sink your blades into. Chains of Olympus proved that the lack of a second analog stick won't necessarily break the God of War experience, and Ghost of Sparta runs with that notion. Controlling Kratos is effortless, and it's easy to focus on what matters, racking up insane combos. This isn't to say that your enemies will make it easy on you. Deciphering the best way to down particularly nasty enemies is a fun challenge in itself. Harpies are easily overcome with a wing-tearing grab, and you can turn a Minotaur's size and strength against it with a well-timed counter-move. Carelessly hacking away doesn't always fly here. It can easily lead to death. Because of their range and versatility, the blades are still the preferred method when it comes to ultimate destruction, though Kratos has learned a few new tricks. The ability to apply fire to your blades lets you slice through shielded or heavily armored enemies, leaving them rigged to explode a few seconds later. Combat Rush, where you swoop in on an enemy pinned on the floor and wreak havoc on its body, is an ability you'll wish was in every other God of War game. Magic, on the other hand, plays second fiddle this time around. The effects are slow to cast, and the light show's less than inspiring. The new distance weapon is the Spartan shield and spear, and it comes in handy, though pales in comparison to the blades. Its only real purpose is as a countermeasure to the annoyingly accurate archers. Quick-time events appear just as frequently as before, and though you're still punished for missing them, the rewards for success are gratuitous. Any way you slice it, the combat in God of War has always been great, and Ghost of Sparta is no different. The sense of brutality is extremely gratifying. Performing eye surgery on a stumbling Cyclops never gets old, nor does ripping limbs off your adversaries. Calling Ghost of Sparta a technical marvel wouldn't be much of an exaggeration. The details abound, from the subtle way light travels through dark corridors to the way water looks on Kratos' rain-soaked body. You'll be treated to the very best visuals the PSP has to offer. The monumental boss battles and the stunning environments look fantastic as well, and the camera work is top-notch. Top it all off with fast load times, excellent sound design, and a stirring orchestrated soundtrack, and you have a new benchmark for the platform. Other developers had best take note. In the post-God of War 3 world, you're right to expect a lot from Ghost of Sparta. It will not let you down. Fluid combat, well-designed levels, and boss battles that will remind you precisely why you love the series in the first place. Make Ready at Dawn's second entry in the series a god among portable games.
The gods do not decide my fate, Thanatos!